Hey everyone, and welcome to another edition of Burton Ballers. So first of all, our fan base were moaning because of the lack of transfer activity. Now that our activity is ramping up, the fans have still got something to moan about. They're moaning about the players that we are targeting. Can we satisfy this Chelsea fan base?
Welcome to the Burton Ballers. Ain't got no time for no stallers, yeah.
We are the risers, we're not the fallers. Our channel is growing wider and taller.
Yeah, we're here to give you the news about your dear beloved Blues, yeah.
So if you like this YouTube channel, like, subscribe and turn on that bell.
Yeah.
Ah dear, moan. I just turn on Twitter or anywhere and just Chelsea fans just need something to moan about. They're never satisfied. Yeah, I can understand because of the things that we've done in the past, why fans are sometimes a bit sceptical when it comes to targets. But this is a new regime, guys. This is a new way of doing things. So let's just play that wait and see game rather than moaning about transfers that you don't. So I'm not saying that they're definitely going to work, but I'm not saying that they're not going to work neither. We don't know. Nothing is guaranteed in football. You can get the best players, but if they don't fit your system, then it's a waste of time. We've seen it in the past. Roman Abramovic wanted his toys, his shiny toys. Torres wasn't a good fit for Chelsea, as we saw, and it didn't work out well. Okay, we won the Champions League with him, but his stay at Chelsea wasn't a roaring success. Shevchenko, yeah, we bought him towards the end of his career, but again, that one didn't pay off, did it? Lukaku, as we all know from what happened last season, a lot of some fans didn't want him, but a lot of punters, a lot of people in the game, in the knowledge, said that's a game changer and that's what's going to win Chelsea the league. And look how that panned out. So, I'm just saying, transfers don't always pay off. We've got to look at the structure. We've got to look at the way that our manager wants to play. And that's what Bowley's doing. Bowley's putting a lot of trust in Tuchel and say, you know what, how do you want to play? What sort of players best fit your style of football? A lot of our fan base are moaning about Raheem Sterling, somebody who's been a mainstay in Pep Guardiola's side for the last 3 or 4 seasons now. And it's only, even last season, we didn't play as much. He still played, got 25 league starts in the season. So, yeah, not bad. It's 13 goals as well. But here's some stats for you. And this is what people, we're such a spoiled fan base. So this is the stats that we've got. Non-penalty goals of 0.48 per 90 minutes since 2015-16. So he's consistently scoring in 1 in 2 games every single season. So that's, we're crying out for a wide man who can score goals. This is a guy who does it in the Premier League. He's not doing it in a different league. He's doing it in the Premier League. So created 250 chances in the last 5 seasons. So again, that's something not to be sniffed at. Completed 320 take-ons, and that is the 4th highest in the Premier League. Some people say he can't dribble. This stat proves differently. I know that some people just don't like him and that's clouded their opinion, but this is a guy who can be the difference maker for us. But we're lacking goals. Last season, our top goal scorer was Mason Mount on 11 goals. After that, we had 3 players on 8 goals. This guy scored 13 goals in the league and 5 assists, I believe. So, he's an upgrade. I don't care what anyone says, he's an upgrade on what we've got already. And, a lot of our targets are apparently, we're looking at the Premier League because we've had our fingers burnt before in the past with other players. We're looking at the likes of Nkunku, who's had a brilliant season. But again, that's in the German league. We saw what happened when we bought Timo Werner, another shiny new toy. What happened with him? He didn't put in the output. He didn't score the goals that he scored in the Bundesliga. Some people want Leal. I think he's a very good player. But again, the Serie A is not as strong as the Premier League. Is he going to hit the ground running in the Premier League? That's the thing. We're always looking at all these players and how they're performing in different leagues, and and not realising that the Premier League is a totally different beast. Nathan Ake is another one who's going to probably come back to the club, and fans are moaning about him as well. This guy he can offer us versatility. He can play as a left in the back three on the left side. He can play filling as a left back. He can also play as a holding midfielder. He's got leadership qualities. We saw what happened when he was at Bournemouth, and he was their leader for 2 seasons. Manchester City don't just get players just every, and that's the other thing I don't like. Oh, why are we getting Manchester City knockoffs and all this nonsense? Manchester City, they invested in him because he's a good player. Who do we think we are that we can't get a player who's played for Manchester City? It's daft. So that's the sort of stuff we've got to deal with, Okay, everyone's happy with De Ligt, and they don't even know how he's going to perform in the Premier League, but they want him because he's a big name. People want Koundé, Koundé over Ake. I'm not saying, Koundé looks the better player, but again, it's a different league. How's he going to adjust to this league? We've got a ready-made player for this league in Nathan Ake. And so it goes on. It goes on and on and on with all these. It's just, guys, let's just trust the manager. And the other thing is, when we are picking players, is sometimes we can get a superstar, like I said before with Torres, but he doesn't fit our system, and it's just a waste of space. We have players you can, to fit a certain system. Look at Liverpool, for instance. Let's take Liverpool for over the last few seasons. They brought in Robertson from a team who got relegated in Hull. Can you imagine if Chelsea were going in for Robertson? What are we going for this player for? Who's just got relegated, but with Hull. Why are we getting him? And he's probably arguably the best left back in the Premier League at the moment. When they brought in Salah, a Chelsea reject, who did well in the Italian league, what if it was us and it was like a Liverpool let him go? Fans would be moaning, why are we getting someone who Liverpool let go a couple of seasons ago? And Bobby Firmino, he wasn't a big name when he came to Liverpool. If we were linked with Firmino back then, again, our fan base would be moaning because he's not a big name. Same with Mane. Why are we buying someone from Southampton? Okay, he may score goals for Southampton, but is he going to score goals for us? That's what I'm saying. These guys came in to Liverpool and improved them. And they won the Champions League with them. They won the FA Cup, League Cup. So they've got, and they are the ones who are closest to anybody about challenging for Manchester City. With these players, these not household names at the time, but Liverpool made them into household names. We're getting, like, Sterling is a household name, but fans are not satisfied with him. We're getting in other players. Maybe the system will suit them, and it can make us challenge for the title. And I'm not saying that they will, because it's work in the unknown. But I'll wait. I'm not going to. There's no point in moaning about what you were getting in. Let's see in the season. If in the middle of this season we're not doing it, then yeah, you can moan about the transfer decisions at the time. But you never know; they could surprise us, and we could be challenging out there. So I'm going to reserve judgment until the season begins, and I'll see what happens. So, guys, that's the end of the video. Stick your comments in the section below, and don't forget, as normal, to like, subscribe, turn on all post notifications so you're notified every time I make a new video. Take care. Bye.